Hi everyone, this is the last volume of our full Edentulous case. We're gonna start by changing our stent color and the transparency. We're gonna access reference from task toolbar. We pick a point and we can see sinus floor elevation on both maxillary sinuses. We're gonna start by selecting implant in task toolbar. Now this implant library pops up and we're gonna start by placing a core 1 5 by 8.5 fixture. We're gonna click OK. Here in our sinus section, we're gonna click, and by clicking the area, we're gonna select tooth number and the corresponding jaw location. Now, as you can visually perceive here, we have in our cross surface our implant fixture. We can drag our sphere, yellow sphere, for angulation purpose. We can do the same thing here in our panorama view and in our 3D surface view. But actually, besides that, as we are moving our yellow sphere, our implant fixture moves in the other windows. And furthermore, we have to remember that the sleeve of our implant should encase into the surgical stand. We're gonna select implant, we're gonna go to our core 1 3.5 by 10 implant and select the first premolar region. And do the same thing that we did before. We're gonna drag our yellow sphere for angulation. Now we're gonna move towards the canine region, and as you can visualize here, we can help us with the green lines of our surgical stand. We're gonna choose the canine implant. We're gonna use a 3.5 by 10 core 1 implant. We're gonna place the implant in our canine region here. We're gonna move our yellow sphere for angulation. So other than that, we can see in detail that in our alveolar crest the bone is very irregular, it's very narrow, so our implant should go a little bit higher. But as we do that, we can see that our sleeve in our canine is a little bit short in comparison of our premolar and our molar. Consequently, we're gonna access our edit sleeve and drill length. We're gonna change from regular J to regular B in up 25 millimeters. And as we can visually perceive here, our canine sleeve is longer than before. And as the inferior alveolar nerve canal is very important in the mandible region, actually in the maxillary region we also have anatomical structures that we should evaluate and interpret. We're gonna select nerve and create a path from the incisive foramen that we know that is a branch of the nasopalatine nerve. Now we're gonna select anchor pin, choose the regular pin, and we're gonna draw this anchor pin in our cross surface. We have to move the anchor pin and drag the yellow sphere for angulation. The anchor pin turns in red color when touching the nerve. That's why it's very important that we should evaluate and interpret this kind of anatomical regions, actually critical anatomical regions. That means that we have to be very careful. Now we're gonna generate an anchor pin for the posterior region. We're gonna select anchor pin again, choose the regular pin, and we're gonna generate our anchor pin in between our first premolar and our first molar. Now we're gonna drag our yellow sphere in our cross surface. Also, we're gonna drag our yellow sphere mesially in our 3D surface. Actually, by doing this is for our patient's comfort. Now we're gonna access preference and change the nerve color on the panorama view. We're gonna access color and change from green color to red color. Now we can see red color of our nerve in the panorama view. Now we're gonna access cross tool and we can see a fusion of our 3D surface and our MPR windows. In this particular case is our coronal view. Now we also can assign our eggshell tool and go all through our windows in our implant case. Actually, for this full Edentulous case in the maxillary region. As you can visualize, the same procedure was performed on the left side of the maxilla. And also the 1.6 implant was replaced and adjustments in the angulation were performed. Now, by accessing our full screen, we can have a very clear visualization of our 6 digital implants along with our 3 anchor pins and also what is gonna be our surgical stent that we can order at any time. Thank you very much. This was Dr. Luis Anderson with our last video of our full Edentulous case.